you guys, I'm going to be doing my Vibe Tribe reading from the ferry. I want you to come see outside. See, so beautiful. Rather than rain, it's a little bit rainy and cold today, but headed off island today. So because I don't have my laptop, I actually wrote all of your questions on a piece of paper, courtesy of Aldo's. I got a really good breakfast sandwich. But I figure we'll get started. I have like so many pockets on my jacket. I'm using my brand new Block Island deck as well. It's my favorite. Going. I'm gonna go ahead now. Drop these for those of you that this is called cartomancy. So being able to read off playing cards, and it does have quite a bit of done to it as well. Try not to go over because the ship is legitimately moving. Good balancing act today. So first question is from my Vibe Tribe. What is my life path for this year? Alright, so what is my life path for this year? Sorry, I'm holding on to the balance of everything. Don't put my hair back. Alright, there, I can move. Okay, what is my life path for this year? Looks like we're dealing with a lot of new beginnings, where we're going to be taking not only new beginnings, we're going to be doing things differently. It's almost like rehoming yourself to being at home, but in a new way. So I don't know if that means you're going to be in a new home, if that means you're going to be moving, or what it is you're going to be doing, but the actions that you need to take this year need to be a dynamic, different way of doing things. So that could be in a different area, that could be in, like a different region. And then the bottom of the deck is talking about Queen of Hearts. So it's again about receiving the things that make you happy, receiving the things that bring you joy, the things that you actually want to do, not just what people are expecting from you. Can I get any more advice on that, please? I'm like tipping. I'm like, woo. Okay, so again, this is all about new beginnings, more money, a completion of the way. It's almost as if wherever you are right now, it's like you've completed whatever it is that you need to do, and you kind of need to move on. So, but this is all about the way that you make money. So I don't know if you're ready to get a raise or ready to do what it is that you're doing in an area that's actually going to pay you more money. I'm getting this feeling of, yes, and on the bottom of the deck is brand new money, brand new energy. So this is a lot of financial ability and abundance to be able to say the things that you do are actually worth a lot more money. If you were to go to like a place or a region that would want to pay you more, it's almost as if you're underselling yourself, that there are places and areas that pay more for the work that you do. I should change myself. Oh, the ocean, isn't it so beautiful? It's so crazy. When the weather gets warmer when I'm here, I could do it outside. Okay. Is there anything else? Yep, one more thing to fall. Yeah, you have to rethink what home means to you. You have to rethink what home means to you this year. So again, it's almost as if feeling at home in your own skin, feeling at home in your own finances and your own abilities, and being at home in a way that makes you happy. And can't make this up. We come full circle again, where we literally have to find new ways to make the changes that you want to make in your life. The new beginnings that you want have to be aligned with different actions, and you can't make that up. So anytime the card pulls twice in the same reading, there's a lot more emphasis on it, so be aware of that. Ooh. That was the ship, not my guides. Okay, I feel like I am fighting the urge to self-sabotage, and I'm not sure if I should let it take its course or restrain. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is like self-sabotage. Is the first thing is good on you to recognize self-sabotage, but sometimes it's not about not self-sabotaging per se directly, and that almost seems like not something that I should say. But when you're aware that you're self-sabotaging, it might actually be in alignment where you still self-sabotage, but you're watching why you do it. Like, why am I self-sabotaging? Why am I doing this thing? And to be kind of like consciously observing yourself almost like third person while you're self-sabotaging. I used to do this when I was, massively addicted to sugar and overeating. I wouldn't necessarily say no, to the pastry or the donut or whatnot. But I would literally sit in the energy as to why am I even doing this to begin with? And what feeling am I getting out of it? Why am I choosing to self-sabotage when I could be choosing a different energy? So sometimes it's about what is the vibe that I'm getting out of this as to why I feel the urge to self-sabotage to begin with. So you might actually still feel the need to let it take its course, as you say, so that you can learn from it, so that you can be aware as to why you're doing it. So I did want to give you space and grace for anybody that needs to hear when they are in the very act of self-sabotaging, to not make yourself feel bad, but to like sit in the energy of, why am I doing this? Why do I need to self-sabotage? What is it about this activity or this mindset or routine that I'm getting out of this? Because nobody wants to self-sabotage. It's like nobody wants to, but yet we do it. So sometimes it's just a habit. Sometimes it's just part of like routine, and so you've got to wonder, why am I even doing this to begin with? So I did want to say that to begin with. Okay. Alright, but let's go ahead and get a message. Again, the question was, I feel like I am fighting the urge to self-sabotage, and I'm not sure if I should let it take its course or restrain. Okay, so their same message for you is you've got to find new ways of doing things. I'm starting to feel like for you, this self-sabotage is more about habit for you. So if you had changed your routine and you just switched it up just a little bit, you might not actually do this, but there's like something within your routine that's not serving you. Okay, so this is about 5 energy at the bottom of the deck. The shining thing is making changes, becoming more curious about finding other ways that's going to get you that vibe and get you that feeling without having to do those things. Oh, we've got the king. King is not a king unless he knows he's a king. So it's to remind you to remember that how you think and feel, how you see yourself, has a huge impact on how other people are going to see you. Remember that? So, and then the 4 of Hearts, we're talking about stability, structure, routine. Whatever stability, structure, routine that you're doing, you're going to want to do it in a way that makes you feel empowered, that makes you feel like the king that you are, makes you feel like you are the shit, if you will. Okay. So, as a man thinketh, so he is the first thing that comes to my mind again. So, when you manifest in the shadow, and you manifest negative, or I'm failing, or this isn't working for me, then that's what you're going to get. So as a man thinketh. But if you start to consider best case scenario instead of worst case scenario, or best labeling, you're going to be able to embody that, and people are going to treat you in the very way that you treat yourself. But if you say, I'm not this and I'm not that, or this, that, the other, I just want to bring back this king energy again, is as a man thinketh. So this just continues to be the theme. anything else on I want to mention relationships to you as well for some weird reason. So, okay, yep, it looks like as you continue to get a relationship with yourself where you keep yourself high value, you're going to attract better high value partners, better high value options. I know that was not a question, but your guides did want to mention that to you. Okay. But they're yelling at me. They're like, show him the Four of Hearts again on the bottom. You're going to have to come up with a different routine, a different way that you create your intention, your self-worth each day to be able to lock that in. Okay. How do you navigate the space between who you were and who you are becoming? Well, that is a forever process, isn't it? Because if we're constantly evolving, we're constantly becoming, wouldn't it suggest that we're always in the space in between, which is also known as the now? So I guess the question might even be, how do we enjoy the space between who we were and who we're becoming? Because that's actually being in the now. That actually means that we are present all the time. So how do we live comfortably and making it our home, making it our bitch, if you will, to make the space between who we were and who we're becoming, which is now, which is honestly all we ever have. Because by the time we become the thing that we were in the space of, wouldn't we then be in another space of who we were and then now becoming? So again, this just becomes the continuous journey of life. So we've got to be comfortable in just the day-to-day and surrender. Sometimes we're so, I feel like this person could be very, very, again, I don't remember who these questions are because I just put them in a bucket and I'm about to be thrown off the ship with the rocking of it. Sometimes the routine, I get this feeling like the routine that you're doing is almost like it's your routine because it's your routine. But it's almost like sitting in the conscious space of why are you doing what you're doing to begin with? And are we doing it because we've always done it this way? But I also feel like we're having a lot of new routines because we're navigating from what we were to what we are now. And I think it's to be intentional, whatever the new routine is, whatever it is you're keeping in your routine, whatever you're discarding, it's really kind of about intention. It's like, why is this in my routine? And why is this particular part not in my routine? What it is that I'm after. So let me have a look here to kind of see what it is that we're getting. Okay, all right, so this is all about new beginnings, completion of energies, but also new actions. So this is definitely validating that you were definitely in a space of what you were and what you are becoming, and you're doing a lot of different things. I don't know if it's different careers, different routines, but a lot of it's different, and I'm getting this feeling that you're kind of out of your comfort zone a little bit. So the way that you feel at home, it's a new way of feeling at home. It's thinking about things. And I also just feel like we're really having a hard time with perfection or wanting to be perfect at something like right out the gate because we're really, really good at things all the time. And look underneath, again, the number 6. You know, it's about, there's a lot that you're really naturally good at. There's a lot that you get a lot of stability from, that you feel at home in your own skin, you feel at home in your routine. But now it's almost as if thinking about, hold on, this is rocking pretty hard. Whee! It's about rethinking what that home feeling is, and maybe it's about being at home in the in-between versus being at home in the structure and the routine and everything. It's about being at home in the actual routine of things. Okay. So it wants to tell you that this will also become the 6 of Diamonds energy. You're going to learn to love it. You're going to love it. This new beginning, this dynamic is really kind of what you're destined to do. I'm actually getting quite a bit of emotion out of this to feel like whatever it is that you're doing, whether you realize it or not, it's going to have an impact. I feel like what you're doing, but also who you're surrounding yourself with actually needs your energy, actually needs your frequency. So just know that. Like, you are making an impact. I feel like even what it is that you're doing is making an impact, but who you're surrounding yourself while you're doing what you're doing is also making a dynamic impact. So you might not be realizing that you are navigating quite beautifully. And just because you feel like you're not doesn't mean that you aren't. So just remember that your perspective is not always the truth. So to question how you're feeling at any given time. Yep. So you're so used to doing for others in such a beautiful way that this is about receiving the actions of others, their service, their kindness, their love, their affection towards you, to learn how to receive that not all of your self-worth and not all of your value is going to come by doing. Sometimes it's about being able to allow other people to do things for you and to help you, which is also another energy exchange of love. Anything else for this particular reading? Please and thank you. I get this feeling to tell you you're not where you're supposed to be if your intentions and your feelings are not present. So it's like you could be in the right place, but if your heart and mind are not in the right place, it's like you're not in the right place because your intentions are not in the right place. So I'm getting the word authenticity. It's not that you're not being authentic, it's just that you're not authentically allowing yourself to experience and to love the new beginning, to love the change. So it's like you're doing these changes and you have these new things going on in your life, but you're not allowing yourself to love it and enjoy it. It's like, I don't know if you feel guilty about having fun in it or loving it or not feeling like you're allowed to. But again, just take what resonates. Anything else? Being told to look at the bottom of the deck. So new beginnings on the way that you see things, your paradigm, your perspective. Question your reality, I'm being told to say. Just because you feel a type of way doesn't mean that that's actually what's going on. Hold on. Okay, this one says, last week's reading helped me understand the relationship I left. This week, my question is, what should I be aware of in this new relationship? Okay, so, well, good. I'm glad that last week's reading helped. I always try to just be here. My question is, what should I be aware of in this new relationship? Okay, what should I be aware of in this new relationship? Okay, what should I be aware of in this new relationship? It's you! Meeting it. 2 hearts. Receive love, give love in equal measure is kind of what I'm trying to say. Make sure that you are not being the whole energy of this relationship. Make sure it's a give and take. And I just feel like the love needs to feel mutual. Sometimes we stay in relationships because of consistency. Like they talk to you every day. But if you're not feeling chemistry, the chemistry has to be mutual on both sides. So I just feel like don't sell yourself short just because someone is staying consistent in your energy. Because, I mean, that is important, but so is chemistry. And I'm not saying that chemistry is the only thing, because consistency, but they go hand in hand is what I'm saying. There should be chemistry and there should be consistency. Does that make sense? So you're not used to that, because it looks like these are old habits of either jumping into chemistry or jumping into consistency, and it's almost like they want to do a fusion of the two. But you have to have both. Okay, let's see. All right, so the routine in this relationship needs to change, because it looks like every time you get a new relationship, you're putting the old routine in. So it's almost as if the person changes, but the dynamic of who you are in relationships are not. So you're going to keep attracting the same type of people if you do not change the way that you do it. We've got a huge spread here, so you've got to learn a new way to attract love. You've got to end the way that you normally do things. Your routine has to create love, not monotony. I feel like you get bored really easily in relationships. Whatever. So again, you're gonna have to find brand new beginnings of self-love, self-importance, because it's like you manifest relationships and you're really good at getting them, but again, it's the same shit, different day. So you want this masculine energy. You want this man that's emotionally available, which is a very beautiful thing to do. But bottom of the deck is saying that you are doing all the communication. You are doing all the collaboration. And so that makes a man not have the emotional need to connect with you. So we've got to do a lot more curiosity. Allow getting to know someone to be more organic. I feel like you're doing a lot of talking, like your backstory, your resume, everything about you, like right out the gate, instead of allowing curiosity and allowing space for this relationship to kind of grow on its own. So it's not a job interview, and treating it like a resume just kind of kills curiosity, kills the mystery, kills the natural way that people get to know each other. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So again, same card again. We've got to really embrace the new way of doing things. I don't feel like you're growing or changing as a person when you're changing relationships. I feel like you're just thinking that person wasn't a match, instead of maybe you're attracting the same type of people, just in a different energy, because you are undervaluing yourself. Not saying, oh, I'm too good for this person. It's just being able to be in alignment. Again, that Two of Hearts is coming back to me, where it has to be both consistency and chemistry. But it's almost like, well, as long as they're consistent, I guess I could make it work, because maybe you feel like you can't get someone else. But chemistry and consistency. Chemistry and consistency is just what I need you to be aware of in your new relationship. Is you have to have anything else I want to pop out or clarify? Oh, I did say pop that, right? Okay. So this is about learning new patterns, learning new ways of thinking about things, understanding things, all of those different things. You're going to want to take time to almost become a student again, almost a student of your own point of view, your paradigm, your self-worth, your ideology, as to why you do the things that you do, because you need to kind of take back your queen energy of allowing other people to show up for you in relationship versus you always being able to show up for them. It's not you not being able to show up. It's just like, if you're doing everything, then there's really not much for them to do. Then they just watch you do everything, and it's not really a relationship. They need to feel needed and appreciated and all those things, And then I'm just going to go ahead and drop a general message for anybody that is watching this video. And I want to remind you too that if you do need a private reading with me, you can certainly book a reading with me in person, depending on what city I'm in at any given time. I'll let you know. But there's always Zoom. You can always throw me a quick Vibe Tribe question. Those of you that are a member of Vibe Tribe do get a discount on 4-hour readings. But you can always message me a la carte for this as well. So can I just get a general message for the collective? Yes. Okay, so this here, we just kind of want to talk about making peace in the things that we do. I feel like there's a lot of people that are doing choices that are not making peace. It's like you're making it worse. Sometimes you just gotta get off of it. You can't create peace by creating more chaos. Sometimes you just have to create peace by not speaking, by creating a space for silence, creating space for the dust to settle on something. And then underneath, we've got the Five of Diamonds. So it's very important that in order to have lasting change, is what I'm hearing, we can't keep poking the bear. We can't, if I feel like somebody's trying to make something heal in their life, but it's kind of like a wound or a scab. If like you keep trying to pick it open, it's not going to heal. So I just feel like somebody needs to step off